What's up, guys? Welcome back to Almost Functional. About to jump into this Tau index, so let's go ahead and get right to it. Their army rule is for the greater good. If your army's Tau Empire, then your shooting phase, your army can work in pairs to help each other target specific units. When they do, one unit is the observer unit, the other is the guided unit. The enemy they are shooting is called the spotted unit. Each time you select this unit to shoot, if it is not an observer unit, it can use this ability. If it does, select one other friendly unit with this ability that is also eligible to shoot, excluding fortifications, battle shock, and observer units. Until the end of the phase, this unit is considered to be guided unit, and the friendly unit is considered an observer unit. Then select one enemy unit that is visible to both your units to be their spotted unit. And then each time all in the guided unit makes an attack that targets their spotted unit, improves the ballistic skill by 1. And if their observer unit has the marker light keyword, they also ignore cover. Each time a model light guided unit makes an attack that does not target their spotted unit, they're -1 ballistic skill. So that's a lot of words, but basically you pick one of your units to shoot, and then you pick another unit to basically spot for them, and then you pick the enemy unit you're shooting. You get +1 ballistic skill against that unit, and if your unit that's doing the spotting has a marker light keyword, you ignore cover. But for any reason you want to split fire, anything that doesn't shoot at your spotted unit is -1 ballistic skill, and your observer unit doesn't get to shoot. So basically one of your units gives up its shooting to make another unit shoot better. Then here's your attachment rule. Restrictions: if your army includes ethereal units, it cannot include farsight. If your army includes farsight, it cannot include ethereals. Then the rule is, from the 3rd battle round onwards, all ranged weapons equipped by Tau models have the sustained hit 1, and while a unit is guided, they get sustained hits 2. Alright, so after turn 3, this whole army gets sustained hits 1, and if you're being guided, you not only get +1 ballistic skill and possibly ignore cover if they have marker light, you also get sustained hits 2. So Tau are, based on the rules, look like going to be a late game army. Just keep it close first 2 turns and then make your move. Then their stats, we get stim injectors, which in the fight phase or your opponent's shooting phase, just after enemy unit is selected as target. 1 Tau battlesuit unit from your army that was selected as the target of one of those attacks. Basically you can give one of your battlesuits 6 up feel no pain for a phase. We have coordinate to engage, which happens in your shooting phase. 1 Tau Empire unit from your army that has just been selected as an observer unit. So one of your units that gives up its shooting. To end the time, each time a model unit makes an attack that targets their spotted unit. Until the end of the phase, each time a model unit makes an attack that targets their spotted unit, improve the ballistic skill characters that attack by 1, and if your unit has a marker light keyword, the attack has the ignores cover. Alright, so maybe they don't give up their shooting, maybe they just aren't able to normally get any of the bonuses. Right here, look, so did it not say they give up their... Let me just confirm this. This is an observer unit, and the other is a guided unit. The observer unit uses ability. If it does, select one on the front of the unit. In the phase, that unit is considered guided. Observer. I guess it doesn't specifically say they give up their shooting. I guess I was just assuming that. Actually, they can still shoot, but they don't normally get any bonuses. This allows them to count as being a guided unit. We have strike in phase, we have the shooting phase. 1 battlesuit unit from your army can fly, whose attacks have been resolved. If your unit is not within engagement range, it can make a normal move. If it does, it can't charge. Excuse me. Then we get point blank ambush, which is in your shooting phase. 1 Tau Empire unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model unit makes a ranged attack that targets the enemy unit within 9, it gets +1 AP. You cannot use this stratagem during the 1st or 2nd battle rounds. Alright, so this goes with your Kai. Once you're in Cayenne, You basically get +1 AP within 9 inches with one of your units for shooting. Then we get photon grenades. Your opponent's charge phase just after an enemy unit declared a charge. One grenade unit from your army that was selected as one of the targets. Enemy unit must take a battle shock test until the end of this phase. Until the end of the phase, subtract 2 from charge rolls made for that unit. Alright, so they have to take a battle shock test, and whether they pass or fail, they subtract 2 from the charges. Alright, that's a good strat. Then your opponent's charge phase just after enemy units declared a charge. One tower infantry unit from your army that was selected as one of the targets of that charge and one friendly transport. Your unit can embark in that transport. If it does, your opponent can select new targets for the charge. Every model in your Tau Empire infantry unit must be within 3 inches of that transport, and there must be sufficient transport capacity to embark the entire unit. Alright, so if you keep your units near your transports, it lets you just run back into your transport if someone's going to charge you. Then we get their enhancements. We have Exemplar of the Kayan, Tau Empire model only, excluding Group Shapers. While the bear is leading a unit, the unit's Kayan detachment rule takes effect from the second battle round onwards instead of the third. Alright, so one of your units can start doing stuff in the second battle round. And then Precision of the Patient Hunter. Each time the bear makes a ranged attack, add 1 to the hit roll. From the third round battle round on, add 1 to the wound roll as well. Alright, so make your +1 to hit, and then once you're in Kayan, you get +1 to wound as well. We have the Pure Tide Ingrown Neurochip. Tau model excluding Crit Shaper. Once per turn, you can use this stratagem on the bear's unit, even if you already used that stratagem on a different unit this phase. Alright, so you can reuse the stratagem, that's nice. The Unity through Devastation, Tau Empire model only, excluding Crit Shaper. While this model is leading a unit, each time that unit is an observer unit until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by the guided unit have lethal hits as well. Alright, so that's nice. So once you get into Cayenne, your guided units are gonna, if you have this, they'll have +1 ballistic skill, ignore cover, because I'm assuming you'll put them in marker light unit to get that benefit. Sustained hits 2, and lethal hits. So every 6 you roll, not only will it auto wound, it'll give you 2 additional hits, which you will have to roll to wound though. They don't auto wound, but some nice little combos coming together here. And then you have your drones. If you have upgraded model of a drone, place a drone token next to your model's reminder. These do not count as models for any rules purposes. A Guardian drone gives you -1 to be wounded. A gun drone just gives you an extra, lets you shoot a twin pulse carbine. Marker drone gives your unit the marker light keyword and can act as an observer unit for another unit, even if it advanced. That's nice. A missile drone just gives you a missile pod, and then shield drone adds 1 to the bear's wounds. Then they start us off with Shadow Sun, who's T4 6 wounds. She has a flechette launcher. Let's see, I just want to read the good weapons. She got a high energy fusion blaster, which is melted 2, 1 shot, strength 10, for d6 damage. Then a light missile pod, is 2 shot, strength 7, 2 damage. Pistol. She gets Battlesuit Fist, with 3 attacks, strength 5, 1 damage. She has Infiltrate, Lone Operator Stealth. This model is able to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. And she has an aura of, well, a friendly Tau Empire units within 6 of this model. Each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. Alright, so she gets reroll 1s to shooting within 6 of her. And then Advanced Guardian Drone. Each time a ranged attack targets the bearer, subtract 1 from the wound roll. And then, well, a friendly Tau Empire units within 6 of the bearer. Each time you select the unit as a target with stratagem, roll a d6, so she can basically refund CP potentially. This model's your army, it must be your warlord. Then we got Farsight, he's T5 6 wounds. OC2. Got a high intensity plasma rifle, which is 2 shots, strength 8, negative 3 damage. Then he has Dawn Blade, which has a strike and a sweep. The strike is 4 attacks, strength take, negative 3 damage, and the sweep is 8 attacks, strength 6, negative 1 damage. He has Way of the Short Blade. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit with a 9, add 1 to the wound roll. Alright, so his unit gets the +1 to wound against enemy units within 9. And then Aggressive Offensive, once per battle, while this model is selected to fight, you can use this ability if it does until the end of the phase. Each time you make an attack, you can reroll a hit roll and you can reroll a wound roll. Alright, this only affects him, but once per battle he can give himself full reroll wounds full reroll hits and wounds in the fight phase. Alright, and then nothing else special there. Oh, you can join Crisis Suits. Commander in Crisis Battle Suit. T5, 5 wounds, OC2. We got your Air Burst, your Burst Cannon, your Cyclic Ion, Fusion Blaster, which is basically a Melta, Missile Pod, Plasma Rifle, Taos Flamer. Wow, pretty. And nothing really stands out there. And then he's also got Battlesuit Fist. While he's leading a unit, each time a model unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. Actually gives reroll 1 to his unit. The Battlesuit support system. The bearer's unit is eligible to shoot and turn him into felled back. But when doing so, only models equipped with this wool gear can make attacks. Shield Dinner gives him 4 invul. Of its support system, each time the bearer makes a ranged attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers. That's really nice. He can do battle suits. Here's one Enforcer battle suit. Let's see, what's the difference? T5 6 wounds, T5 5 wounds. So he gets an extra wound, 3 up save. So he gets a better save and 1 more wound. Doesn't look like his weapons are any different. He gets an Enforcer Commander. While this model is leading a unit, each time a ranged attack targets that unit, worsen the AP by 1. Battlesuit support systems. These are the same support systems. You can also join Battlesuits. The Cold Star is also 6 wounds, but only 3 up save. Same weapons you can take, I believe. And then you have the Cold Star Commander. While this model is leading a unit, models in that unit have a move characteristic of 12, and ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have the Assault ability. Oh, that's really nice. So you can move further, and he gets the unit Assault. So Cold Star looks really nice. Same support system stuff. Also joining Battlesuits. We got the Cadre Fireblade. T3 3 wounds. He's just got a Pulse Rifle, which is 2 damage. And then he has Volley Fire. Whilst models leading a unit, add 1 to the attack characteristics of ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit. That's nice. Each time this model makes a ranged attack on a critical wound, the attack has an AP of 3. Or, yeah, neg 3. The extra critical wounds is neg 3 AP. Which is nice because it's normally 0, so that's a big upgrade. And then, depending on, let's see who he can join. Breacher teams and strike teams, so he can give them the extra shot. He can take some drones. We got the Crude Shaper, T3 3 wounds. A Crude Rifle, Pulse Rifle, Ritual Blade, nothing special there. I Scout 7 inches in Stealth. And while this model is leading a unit, model units have a Feel No Pain 6 up ability. If models in that unit destroy an enemy unit in the fight phase, until the end of the battle, while this model is leading that unit, models can have a 4 up Feel No Pain instead. Alright, so they have a 6 up Feel No Pain, which is okay. But if they kill a unit in the fight phase, they get a 4 up. If models in the unit destroy an enemy unit, yeah. So it doesn't have to be him that kills the unit. If his unit kills the unit, they get a 4 up in Feel No Pain for the rest of the battle, as long as he's alive. And then Ritualistic Feeding. Each time this model ends a charge move until the end of a turn, add 3 to the attack characteristics of Ritual Blade. Alright, so give him 6 attacks. Still doesn't have any AP, but it's a decent amount of attacks. Joins Group Carnivores. Ethereal is T3 3 wounds. Has an Honor Stave. Nothing special about it. Failure is not an option. His unit gets a 5 of Feel No Pain. And then in your command phase, roll 1d6. On a 4 up, you gain a CP. Alright, so in your command phase, each turn it gives you a 50-50 chance of gaining extra CP. Joins Breachers and Strikes. We got On Va. He's T3 5 wounds, and then his guard is T3 2 wounds. He gets 2 guards. Supreme Honor Blade. So yeah, nothing really stands out here. They have Lone Operative. He has Duality Shield. Once per battle, each time an attack targets this unit, you can use this ability. If it does, until the end of this phase, models this unit have a 2 up invul save. So once per battle, this unit can get a 2 up invul save. They have the Paradox of Duality. Each time an attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit and 1 from the wound. And then Supreme Loyalty is an aura. Friendly Tau units within 6. Add 1 to the leadership for battle shot. Alright, that's decent. That's a cool little unit. We got On Shi, T3 3 wounds. Has Fidelity, which is sustained hits 1, 6 attack, strength 5, negative 2 damage. Alright, so a Tau guy that actually hits a little bit. He's got Inspirational Defense, or Inspirational Defiance. While this model's leading a unit, add 1 to the OC. That's nice. Martial Warrior, each time he's selected to fight, select one of the following abilities to be active while absorbing those attacks. He can give himself Precision, Devastating Wounds, or Sustained Hits 2, instead of Sustained Hits 1. He gets a 5 wind ball. He joins Breachers, Strikes, and Crew. Interesting. We got Dark Strider, who is T3 3 wounds. Shade is Assault. It's just strength 5 2 damage. Infiltrator, Scout 7 inches. Structural Analyzer. While models leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, add 1 to the wound roll. And then Jammer Array, enemy units. Alright, so you got the 12 inch Deep Strike tonight, and it gives +1 to wound to his unit in shooting. He joins Pathfinders. We got, Long Strike. T10, 14 wounds. OC3. Ion Cannon is standard shot. It's D6 plus 3, strength 7, negative 2 damage blast. And Overcharge is also blast, but it's hazardous. It basically just gains a strength, an AP, and a damage. Then the Railgun is devastating when it's heavy. It's one shot, strength 20, negative 5, D6 plus 6. Hits on 3, so it'll hit on 2 if he's stationary. One shot Seeker Missile is strength 14, negative 3, D6 plus 1 damage. And then Twin Carbine, Twin Smart Missile System. Smart missiles are still indirect. Then we get Armor Hunter. He gets to add 1 to the hit roll against monsters or vehicles. Targeting rate, each time this one is selected to shoot, you can roll 1 hit roll, or you can roll 1 wound roll when it's off its attack. Alright, so this is really going to help that railgun be consistent, which is sometimes something you worry about with just 1 shot. In your command phase, you can select 1 friendly Hammerhead gunship unit within 12 until the start of your next command phase. Ranged weapons equipped by models on the unit have a lethal hits ability. So he gives Hammerheads lethal hits. It does not look like he has the Hammerhead gunship keyword on himself, so he cannot give the lethal hits to himself. Unless that's just something they left out, but yeah, he does not have the Hammerhead keyword. Then we get the Strike Team is T3 1 wound. These get all your generic weapons, nothing out of the ordinary there. They get a cover fire. While they're within range of an objective you control, they can overwatch all 4 ups. Alright. Then in your movement phase, this unit remains stationary until the start of your next movement phase. Fire with Shelley's model is equipped with a support turret missile system weapon. Alright, so if they don't move, your Shelley can basically shoot the support turret missile system weapon. Alright, and then 10-man units. Breacher Team, T3 1 wound, OC2. They have the Pulse Blaster, Pistol, Support. Alright, Blaster's nice, it's strength 6, negative 1 damage, 2 shots. Only 10-inch range though. Then we have Breach and Clear. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets the enemy within range of an objective marker, you can reroll a wound. Alright, so reroll wounds against a unit on an objective. And if the same thing, if they remain stationary, their sergeant guy can shoot that. Also a 10-man unit. Carnivores, T3 1 wound. Cruit rifle, nothing special about the Cruit rifle. Scout 7, stealth. If this unit destroys an enemy unit in the fight phase until the end of the battle, they get a 5-up feel no pain. Alright. And they're 10 to 20. We got the Krutox Rider, T5, 4 wounds, OC2. The Krut gun is 2 shots, strength 7, 8, and damage 2. The Krutox Fists are strength 6, negative 2 damage. They have scout 7 inches. While one or more friendly carnivore units are within 6 of this unit, each time a model in this unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Alright, so if they're near carnivores, they get +1 to hit, so they'll be hitting on 3s. 1 to 3 models in the unit. Alright, we got the battle suits, T5 4 wounds, 2 OC. Like same weapons as the commanders can take. Turbojets, each time this unit advances, do not make an advance roll for it. Instead, until the end of the phase, add 6 to move. Alright, so this auto advance 6. Same war gear options as the commanders. They can take 3 to 6. Then we have Stealth battlesuits are T4 2 wounds. Burst cannon, fusion blaster. They have infiltrator stealth. Forward observers. Each time this unit is an observer unit until the end of the phase. Each time a ranged attack is made by a model in their guided unit that targets their spotted unit, reroll a wound roll of 1. Alright, that's not bad. They can take a homing beacon, which lets them bracket ingress for 0 CP. Must be set up within 3 of the bearer's unit and not within 9 of enemy tokens. Alright, so it doesn't let them deep strike in, it lets someone else deep strike in near them. They are the homing beacon. Then we got a Ghost Keel battlesuit, T8 12 wounds, OC3 2 up save. He has a Cyclone Ion Raker, which has a regular and overcharge, so it's 6 shots, strength 7, -1, 2 damage, and the overcharge, it's hazardous, goes strength 8, -2, 3 damage. We have the Fusion Collider, which is multi 2 shots, strength 12, -4, d6 damage. Twin burst cannon, twin fusion, twin cap flame, alright. And the Ghost Keel's fists are strength 6, AP2. They have Infiltrator, Lone Operative, and Stealth. Stealth drone, twice per battle. After an attack has been made, allocated to this model, you can change the damage characteristic to 0. That's really nice. And it's twice per battle. And then they can get the smoke keyword in the tournament if they they'll shoot in the tournament if they fell back, but loses smoke if you take this. So that's smoke restored. Just one model. We have Fire Sight Team, which is T3 4 wounds, OC3. Long shot pulse rifles, strength 5, -2 damage. Heavy precision. So this is your sniper drones. So then they have Lone Operative Stealth, Infiltrator, Precision Targeting. While this model is a guided unit, each time it makes an attack that targets its spotted unit, can reroll a hit roll. Alright, so it rerolls a hit as well when they are guided. It's just one Fire Sight Marksman. And I guess the drone is just like a token now. We have a Pathfinder team. They're T3 1 wound. They have an Ion Rifle, which is strength 7, -1 damage. If they overcharge it, strength 8, -2 damage. It's heavy both ways. The Rail Rifle is devastating wounds heavy, 1 shot, strength 10, -3 damage. Semi-automatic grenade launcher, EMP, is anti-vehicle 4+ devastating wounds. 1 shot, strength 3, 1 damage, and then the fusion version of it is 1 shot, strength 6, -3 damage. They have Scout 6 inches. And then once per turn, when using the Greater Good ability, you can select this unit to be an observer unit for a second time. When doing so, you can change which enemy unit this unit is spotted. Alright, so they basically observer twice, and they can do it for different units. Grav Inhibitor Drone, subtract 2 from charge rolls made for enemy units that declare a charge against various unit. Doesn't stack with any other buffs. Like I believe there was enhancement or a stratagem or something for that earlier. We got a Pulse Accelerator Drone, adds 6 to the range of Pulse Carbines. And then Recon, equipped with 1 Drone Burst Cannon, and the bearer's unit has Infiltrator's ability. 10-man unit. We get the Piranha, which is T7 7 wounds, OC2. Piranha Burst Cannon is +1 strength and AP. The Fusion Blaster is Melta 4. Seeker Missile, and then Twin Pulse Carbine. They have Scout 9, and then Drone Harassment Tactics. At the end of your movement phase, select one enemy unit within 12 of this unit. That enemy unit must take a Battle Shock test. That's a cool rule. Best Bid are T4 1 wound. Their Neuron Blaster is Assault, strength 5, -2 damage. That's a nice profile. And their Claws are strength 4, -1 damage. They have Airborne Agility. At the end of your movement phase, if this unit is not within engagement range of enemy units, you can put it back into reserve. That's really cool. That's very useful ability. They can be taken to 5-man units. Crude Hounds are T3 1 wound, they move 12. They have Ripping Fangs, which are only strength 3, 1 damage. Scout 9 inch Stealth. While one or more friendly carnivore units within 6 of this unit are engaged within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, each time a model in this unit makes an attack, add 1 to the wound roll. While one or more friendly carnivore units within 6 of this unit are within engagement range of 1 or more units, each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the wound roll. Alright, so if a recruit unit is within 6 of them and in engagement range, doesn't say it has to be in the same unit as them, just close next to them and engagement, they get reroll 1s to wound. Oh no, they get plus 1 to wound, sorry. They get plus 1 to wound, but they are OC 0. Then we get Broadside Battlesuit, T6, 8 wounds, OC 2, 2 of save. Heavy Rail Rifle is heavy devastating wounds, 2 shots, strength 12, network D6 plus 1 damage. High yield missile pods are twin links, strength 6 shots, strength 7, negative 1, 2 damage. Seeker missile, twin plasma rifle, strength 8, negative 3, 3 damage. Twin smart missile, crushing ball. They get strength 6, 1 damage in combat. They have advanced armor. Models of this unit have a field of pain 4+ against mortals, and then they can take something and let them shoot when they fall back. Can only models with this word here do it, and then each time the bearer makes a ranged attack, you can only enter all modifiers. Alright, so those are decent support systems. You can take between 1 and 3, basically. A Riptide Battlesuit is T9, 14 wounds, OC 4. Heavy Burst Cannon, strength 6, negative 1, 2 damage, 12 shots. An Accelerator, we've already seen. The rest of that we've already seen. His Battlesuit support system is able to shoot in the turn once it fell back. Nova Charge, once per battle in your shooting phase, select one ranged weapon equipped with this model, and it gains devastating wounds till the end of the phase. Then each time a bearer makes a ranged attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to the hit roll. Actually, doesn't take any modifiers to hit. Once per battle, he can give himself devastating wounds, and he can fall back and shoot. Very solid profile. I know you have to do cool stuff with this every turn before, but 10th is a new game. But looking at it for 10th, this seems like a decent profile. Hopefully they're not pointed too bad. Points came out this morning, but I haven't got to look through every army and compare the data sheets. The Hammerhead, T10, 14 wounds, OC3, same loadout as Long Strike, it's just they hit worse. They have Armor Hunter, they also get to add 1 to the hit roll against monster vehicles. And then each time it's selected to shoot, you can roll 1. So this is the same stuff he has, just that'll hopefully help your weapons hit a little better. 1 model unit. We get the Sky Ray, which is T10, 14 wounds, OC3. Seeker Missile Rack, this is 3 attacks, strength 14, and 3d6 plus 1. Then he has Aerial Scanners. Each time this model makes an attack with a ranged weapon that targets a unit that can fly, you can reroll a hit roll. And then each time this unit is selected to shoot, you can reroll 1 hit roll, or you can reroll 1 wound roll when resolving those attacks. Alright, so you get full rerolls to hit against fly, and against anything else you can either choose to reroll 1 hit or 1 wound. 1 model unit. We have the old Devilfish here. He's T9, 13 wounds, OC2. Nothing special in his weapons. Rapid deployment units can disembark from this transport after advance. Units to do so count as having made a normal move and cannot declare a charge, otherwise act normally. That's really nice. Get your breachers and strikes and stuff in position to do what you want them to do. You can carry 12 infantry, can't carry battlesuits, crewed or vested. We got the Razor Shark Strike Fighter, T10, 12 wounds, OC0, flyer rules, does not have hover. Accelerated Burst Cannon, 18 shots, strength 6, 1 damage. So no, 18 inch range, 4 shots, strength 6, 8, 0, 1 damage. Yeah, for a second there was like 18 attacks. Missile Pod, Ion Turret, standard is Twin Link, strength 8. Sorry, 8 attacks, strength 7, negative 1, 1 damage. And if you overcharge it, gain hazardous, and then just gain 1 strength, 1 damage, 1 AP. Then Ground Strike Fighter, each time this model makes a ranged attack that targets an enemy unit that cannot fly, add 1 to the hit roll, so plus 1 to hit against things without fly. 1 model unit. Then we got the Sun Shark, T9, 12 wounds, OC0, Twin Ion Rifle, 3 shots, strength 7, negative 1 damage, or overcharge is strength 8, negative 2 damage. And there's Pulse Bombs. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select 1 enemy unit and move over during that move. Roll 66 to reach 3 plus, that unit suffers mortals. Alright, taking this flyover stuff and do mortals. We got the Tidewall Shield Line, which moves 4 inches. That's weird, most fortifications have no movement. T8, 10 wounds, OC0. Fortification, that's the normal fortification rule, and then cover is the normal cover rule for fortifications. Tidewall Defense Platform, If equipped with a Tidewell defense floor platform, this fortification has a wounds characteristic of 15. So you can buy something for it to give it 5 more wounds. So basically it's just going to give cover to your guys hiding behind it. And we got the Tidewell drone port. It's T8 10 wounds. OC0, it's got drone defenders, assault twin link, 8 shots, strength 5, 1 damage, and it's got, alright, so it's just got one of those. Then drone port, each time this fortification is selected to shoot, its drone defenders' weapons will target and resolve attacks against every enemy unit that is an eligible target to this fortification. Each time this fortification is selected to shoot, its drone defender weapon will target and resolve attacks against every enemy unit that is an eligible target to this fortification. So basically, every eligible unit within 20 will get shot by the drone defender whenever you shoot with this thing. Okay. The rest of it is just normal fortification rules. Then we got the Tidewell gun rig. It has a T8 14 wounds OC0. It has a supremacy railgun. Devastating wounds twin link. It's 1 shot, strength 20, neg 5, d6 plus 6 damage. It only hits on 5s, but then other than that, it just has the normal fortification rules, but it has a firing deck of 11. It can hold 11 Tau infantry. Then we get the Storm Surge, who's T11 20 wounds, OC6. It's got his cluster rockets, which are blast heavy, 46 shots, but only strength 5 1 damage. Destroyer missiles are heavy, 1 shot, strength 16, neg 4 d6 plus 2. Pulse blast cannon, focused heavy is 2 shots, strength 24, neg 6, 12 damage. And then the dispersed version is heavy, 6 shots, strength 10, neg 4 damage. It's got a pulse driver cannon, which is blast heavy, d6 plus 3 shots, strength 12, neg 3 damage. Airburst, the rest of those are normal weapons. It has Thunder's footballs, which are strength 8, neg 2 damage. It has Heavy Walker. He can, each time this model makes a normal advance or fall back, it can move over models excluding Titanic, and terrain features 4 or less, inches or less. Each time this model makes a ranged attack, you can ignore any modifiers of hit roll. And then each time this model makes a ranged attack that targets a Titan or Tower unit, can reroll the hit roll. So it rolls to hit against Titanic and Towering. Just 1 normal unit. Tactical drones. Twin Pulse Carbine, Assault Twin Link, 20-inch range, 2 attacks, strength 5 1 damage. Deep Strike. So it looks like you can take a drone unit. They can take between 4 and 12. I thought drone units were just going to be gone with the way they were doing them in units, but that's cool that you could still at least take drone units. Then we have Brute Firestalkers. T3 1 wound on the False Stalkers and Kill Broker. And then T3 1 wound on Recruit Hounds, but they have OC0. Alright, we have Devorgit Skinner, which is a Ignore Cover Torrent, D6 shots, strength 4, 1 damage. Firestalkers, just rapid fire, quick pistol. Doxy Tribalist is anti-vehicle 4, devastating wounds heavy, 3 shots, strength 7, 1 damage. And then in close combat, they have a Ritual Blade and Ripping Fangs. They have Infiltrators and Stealth. They're Bounty Hunters. At the start of the battle, select 1 unit from your opponent's army. Each time model in this unit makes an attack that targets that unit. The attack has a lethal hit and precision ability. That's really nice. And then after you get on a Petra, ranged weapons, they have Ignore Cover. It's 1 Kill Broker, 9 False Stalkers, and 2 Recruit Hounds. So it looks like it's just a 12-man unit. And that's all for the Tau. Alright, so I mean, as you expect from Tau, it looks like they're going to have really good shooting, be a little lackluster in combat. There's a lot in there, the guided and observer stuff, and so you basically have to position yourself to not fall behind turns 1 and 2, and then make your push late game, and you have to make good use of your observer, scanner, guided observer unit stuff. So they're not straightforward. You're gonna have to do a little pre-planning and positioning and thinking with them, but looks like they should have a decent amount of firepower stuff coming out of there. Devilfish is advancing, and you can get out. That's gonna be great for trying to take objectives and stuff with your OC2 strike teams and stuff. So overall, tiles seem fine. We'll see. Hopefully they're pointed appropriately, because hopefully most of this stuff isn't too expensive, because all the little stuff doesn't seem that crazy. But that's it for now, and I will catch you guys next time.